Welcome everyone to a new episode of The Wise. Today we have a very special guest. She's a real estate $1 million lady, a successful girl that came 10 years ago from Punjab to here and made it up to the top. Please help me to welcome Manpreet. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening, Manpreet.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here. And thanks for the warm welcome, Adnan.
You're most welcome. So, who is Manpreet?
Well, Adnan, you can make out by my name, Manpreet Kaur. I'm Punjabi. I'm born and brought up in Punjab. I grew up in very, very simple and humble family. And I was a very shy girl while growing up. I mean, like being example of being a good girl in Punjab in my culture is like getting married in early age, making kids, and then taking care of your husband and
Yes.
family.
The standard.
Exactly.
Yes.
But like my parents gave me a freedom to go out, work, study, right? My parents and I was criticized a lot by my relatives, neighbors, and society for letting me go out and study and go explore.
Means leaving the country.
Exactly, leaving my hometown. When I left my hometown, I moved to another city for my studies, for my college. Yeah, like God had different plans for me. So here I am today, like achieving my goals. But while growing up, I was very confident and I knew like I don't belong there.
You want something bigger,
Exactly.
more complicated, bigger challenges.
To success. I belong to freedom. But I didn't know how I'm gonna reach where I am today back then, but I knew that I'm gonna reach one day somewhere and I'm gonna be successful and be like there, like where I
Thriving.
want to. Yeah.
So, Manpreet, at what age did you leave the hometown Punjab and move on to the crazy wild world that we are living in right now?
From the warmth of the family to the cold outside, bone-chilling cold
I
outside.
know. I
The
love
challenges.
this question. I was waiting for this because I had very tough time during my struggle period. I left Punjab in very early age. I was just 18 when I left Punjab. I moved out from my hometown for my college. Then during my college, I actually did modeling for quite a bit. I walked ramp like for Lakme Fashion Week, Calcutta Fashion Week. These are like big fashion weeks in India. And then I represented India in Top Model of the World, which was an
That's a
achievement
big
for
honor.
me.
Yeah.
Alright.
And for a beginner in modeling, it was a good achievement, but it wasn't a rosy picture as it sounds. Like it was really like I had a lot of difficulties, language barrier because I came from Punjab and I didn't know English. I had a lot of tough times dealing with my colleagues in modeling and then designers and a lot of other people. But then yeah, like after a little bit time, one day my parents saw me on TV and they actually didn't like me doing that and they wanted me to withdraw and they wanted me to pursue my career in different
Different fields.
exact. So one day my mother called me and she was like, no, you have to choose one. You have to choose us or modeling. So I chose my parents over modeling. But then after that, me and my brother left India. We together moved to Dubai. I tried my luck in Dubai. It didn't work out. And then I moved to UK for 1 year. I tried my luck there, couldn't do like much. So I moved back to Dubai then. Since then I'm here. Like I'm working on myself. I joined real estate. Like now I'm working. I know people. So I'm working on good projects now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Manpreet, you're now a successful lady. You reached it. Congratulations. You've been a lot of struggles. So many years passed and the hard work and struggling. I would like to know more about what kind of obstacles did you face. As well, I would like to know how did you overcome them? Because now you're in a chapter of your life where a lot of girls, a lot of boys did not reach yet. So there's people that are just starting now. There's people maybe they're gonna be facing the same issues that you are facing right now. So what are your struggles and what kind of struggles did you face and how did you overcome them as well?
Yes, Adnan, like taking a flight and moving to Dubai was easier for me. But moving to Dubai without knowing a single word of English wasn't easy. Because when I moved here, I couldn't even
It's like being an alien.
I was like shocked and like I was like directly from cave here, like in open world. So I was judged. When I moved here, I was judged. People told me you're not good enough. People told me you can't do sales. It's not for you. You don't know how to present yourself. You don't know how to speak or you don't know English. But then like I have a personality where when people say, oh, you can't do that. Like I have that personality. I take that
As a challenge, yes.
Yeah, I take that thrill and I take that as a challenge. And then I started working on myself. I started working on my English. I improved my English. I'm a self-taught English. Like I
Amazing.
I didn't go to
That's
any
not
school
obvious
to-
actually.
I didn't go to any school. Even in my school back in
Yeah.
India, I didn't learn English in my school. I am self-taught. So I worked on myself, and here I am today, like top agent of the year.
You must be proud.
Yeah, I'm very proud.
Yep.
I'll tell you a very interesting story. It's an incident which changed my life forever. I can never forget that moment, and I'm thankful to that person. It's my cousin. I'm thankful
Okay.
if she's listening. Thank you so much for doing that, for bullying me. Because of you, I am here. Like today, I'm here.
In this position of
Exactly,
life, yeah.
exactly. And one summer day, like me and my cousins, a lot of my cousins were sitting, and we were just chit chatting. We were just all talking about like, oh, what do you want to do after school? You know, like we were all like talking about it. You know, some like one of my cousin was like, oh, I want to become a teacher, and one of my cousin was like, oh, I want to become a nurse. And then it was my turn. I was like, oh, I want to become an air hostess. And one of my cousin, the eldest cousin, and she was like, oh, have you ever looked at yourself in mirror? You look like a cheapo, and nobody will take you. Airline will not even take you as a cleaner, floor cleaner. And I was shocked, and there was a pin drop silent, and everybody laughed at me so loud. And I still remember that laugh, and I still remember those words what she said, and I
Oh.
can never forget those words. And I'm sure she's listening. If she's listening to this podcast, thank you so much once again. So you changed my life.
That was
actually.
emotional.
Yeah, she changed my life, but I didn't take that bully as a insult or like demotivation. I took that as a thrill, as a challenge, and I went home and I promised myself that I'm gonna prove them one day. I'm gonna change my life one day, and I'm gonna prove them, and they wanna in future they want me to become like me.
So, Manpreet, we just heard about your obstacles and how you overcame them. You just
Right.
answered that to done. I would like to know, what were your failures? What was the biggest failure or moment of your life where you felt the lowest?
Well, Adit, see, failures and rejections are very important in learning. Like, I believe it plays very important role for learning. I failed so many times, I lost count on it. But if you ask about my biggest failure, I actually failed like a couple of times, which actually took me time to come back. And it was like when I moved from India to Dubai in 2013. I moved here and I sold everything back in India, and I moved all my money here. I started my salon business, and I was very new in business. I didn't know like how to operate and everything. And within a year, I lost all my business. I lost everything. I lost all my money, and I was penniless, and I didn't have any job. I was struggling for a couple of months. Then I decided to move to London, to UK, and I tried my luck there. I was there for a year. I tried everything. It didn't work out for me, and that was my lowest point, to be honest. I actually went into depression at that time. Then I had to move back. I took therapies. I went to a doctor to work on myself. Then I came back here, and then I started working on myself, and then I joined real estate. That's when like I was on track. It took me years to even build my career in real estate. It didn't happen overnight. It's like people see my success today and they think that everything is very rosy, but it's not that rosy. It takes time, it takes years to build your career. Yeah, so failures are very normal. You should be okay with failures. I love like when I fail, because you learn from your failure. It's not a bad thing to fail. You learn a lot from it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, Manpreet, we just discussed about all these failures that you went through, and we also spoke about how you pushed through them. Were you always having this confidence and belief in yourself from day one?
Oh yes, I am a believer, and I believed in myself from day one. It's crazy. I still remember like while growing up, I'm a natural manifest. I didn't know back then that what is manifesting, but I know now when I read books about manifesting, about law of attraction. It's crazy like how I was a manifester from day one. I did attract success, the money, and the everything what I have today. I used to dream back then, so I didn't know how I'm gonna reach where I am today, but
Any
I
certain
knew.
practices you were doing?
No, not really. But I always used to dream that, oh, one day I'm gonna have
Like
I used
imagine
to
the thing
It's
and
a
try to
imagine.
feel it, yes.
Yes, I used to believe that, oh, one day I'm gonna live in like this house and this type of house. One day I'm gonna buy this bag. One day I'm gonna fly this flight, or I'm gonna reach this country, or anywhere, like anything which I wanted to do, it, whatever was my dream. And I actually believed in it when I dreamed about it. I knew that I'm gonna do it. It was not that, oh, I'm just thinking about it. I actually believed in it and I worked for it. It actually turned it to be like, good. Like I reached where
The
I
dream
wanted to.
becomes a reality.
Exactly.
Manpreet, in your opinion, what is the key key to thrive and to success, not only in real estate, but generally in all kinds of businesses and in all kinds of fields. What is the most important thing or skill to have and able to, let's say, compete or even dominate the market or do better and perform better than the others, whether it's colleagues, whether it's other companies? I know that you are the #1 agent in your company, and congratulations. I saw the
Thank
award
you.
on Instagram. You must be so proud of yourself.
I
Your
am.
family must be proud of yourself, and even your countrymen and women should be like that, because like we said, always the younger generation will look up to the older
Exactly.
generation, especially the young kids in your family, the young kids in your entourage and everything. So what is that key? And I would like to know it. Let's give it to the people.
Yeah, in my humble opinion, I would say I truly believe that most important skill in any business is caring. Caring is very important. Caring about your client, caring about their sentiment, their hard-earned money. You know, like
Getting like sending them chocolates and stuff, or
I do that.
Oh my God.
I actually do that.
That's amazing.
If I have a Muslims clients, I send
Yes.
them on Eid. I send them like gifts on Eid, like chocolates and
Oh.
anything, or maybe on occasionally, like on Christmas or New Year. I do that. I take care of my clients.
Like
who are
small
who are
gestures
like
to
more than family.
yes,
You know?
gestures to tell them that you're in mind.
Exactly.
You're still in my mind. I still
And
care
it's
of you.
very important. It's
Yeah.
very important to keep that relationship, and it's very important to make them feel comfortable. They might not buy property from you today. They might buy after 2 years, 3 years, maybe 10 years. But if you're keeping good relationship, healthy relationship, if you care about their money, their sentiment, they will definitely buy from you if they want to buy a property. They will never go anywhere
Maybe
else.
someone from their side will buy.
Exactly, they can give reference. I have so many clients like that who didn't buy from me, but they gave me reference. They referred their friends, their families to me. I have a very interesting story to tell you. Like, I had a client in the beginning of my career. One of my friend introduced me to this client. He's a filthy rich. He's very well known in Asia. They came to Dubai with family, and they saw a couple of properties from me. I took them around for 15 days. I gave them 15 days to see the properties, and like I did everything for them. I took them for lunch, for dinners. They ended up not buying property from me, and I was a bit upset for a day.
Because you wasted all that energy and it
Exactly, for
didn't up
15 days, and
the way you want.
and I was expecting that they were serious, and they told me, they called me and they told me like, oh, we are putting a pause, like we will buy maybe later. We have no plans as of now. I was not disappointed. I was like, it's fine, it's okay. If they don't want to buy now, maybe they have some issues. They want to take their time. They're working on their finances. I didn't get upset. I didn't break my relationship with them. I kept in touch with them. Whenever they used to come to Dubai, I used to take them everywhere, book them restaurants, take them for lunch, dinner. Like, I knew their kids. Over the years, we had a good relationship. We built like a family relationship. Then they were my family friends. And then 6 months ago, the whole family was in Dubai, and we were out for lunch, and suddenly the husband was like, oh, Manpreet, what's new in the market? And I was like, oh, this is the project, this is going well, this is going that. Generally, we were just talking about
Like
the market.
having casual talk.
Casual talk about the market. I
Yes.
had no idea they were asking me questions because they wanted to buy. So at this point, I was not even trying to sell anything, because it was more like family.
Casual
friends,
talk, not a kind of sales talk.
Exactly. It wasn't like a sales, because I had no hope that they will buy. So they were like, oh, what's new in the market? I was like, this is there. And then they were like, oh, what's the price for 3-bedroom? I got them a sales offer right away. I called the developer and I got them a sales offer for 3-bedroom. I was like, oh, this is the offer. And he was like, okay, let's book. And I said, okay, this is the amount you have to pay right now, and this is the amount you have to pay later. And he was like, no, not one. We were thinking about 2 or 3 floors, like full floors. And I was like, what? Like, deep inside, I was like, okay, yes, I did it. I did it. But
seriously?
yes, but then
Okay.
then he ended up buying 15 apartments in one day from me.
15 apartments.
15
apartments.
apartments in one day.
Whoa.
But that was after a couple of years.
That's $1 million deal.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And then that deal didn't happen in one day or first meeting. It took me years to achieve that deal.
So
because-
small steps to success, basically.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's all about keeping in touch with your client, taking care of their feelings, their hard-earned money. Don't get desperate to sell,
The clients should not taste this need from you, desperation from you to sell.
Yeah, back then maybe they would have bought one apartment from me, but over the years now they trust me, believe in me. They trust me that they know that I will not.
And surely they will refer people that on
They
their
did actually.
same vibe and on the same caliber to you as well.
Exactly, they
Yeah.
did. I have now, like, they always refer clients from their country. Like, I have a lot of clients from them. So yeah, there are so many examples like that. Like in my career, like I was patient and I was waited for the right time to client to decide what they want to buy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Manpreet, what's your purpose in life and are you fulfilling it right now?
Adnan, my mission in life to inspire the little girls back in Punjab, where I came from. I remember, like, when I was a kid, I had a lot of difficult time getting out from that hometown because there was so many restrictions, and people.
Borders.
Yeah, most of parents don't allow their kids to step out. I want to tell those parents that you need to let your girl, your daughter, go out, study, explore in a real world instead of just keeping
Maybe
them
in
in a
the small
bubble.
town, in the small city, yes.
Exactly. And otherwise, I have many goals. I want to get married one day. I want to build my empire with my future husband.
The king.
Yes,
Yes.
the king.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, financially, I want to get stable one day. I'm decent, but like I have goals to reach. That's all I think I want to.
Okay, that was fulfilling.
So, Manpreet, you informed us about so many things that we didn't know about, especially about the struggles people facing back in Punjab, especially women, and your life from Punjab to Dubai to UK, back to Dubai, and your real estate. I would like to ask you this last question, which we have, which is always special. This can be based on your manifestation of success and your belief of it. How can someone be wiser? How can someone be more smarter or push towards their goal?
It's a very good question, actually. I believe eager and hunger to learn from, like, different opportunities, different situations. Let's say I meet a lot of people every day, like, and those lot of people don't buy property from me every day, right?
Yes.
But instead of getting disappointed or demotivated that, oh, they didn't buy, I try to learn from them, because you meet people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different mindsets, so you learn a lot from them. So I think to become a wiser person, you should be hungry and eager to learn from every situation, from every person. It doesn't matter that person has to be a multi-millionaire or anything. You can learn from a taxi driver, you can learn from anybody, like,
There's endless lessons
yeah.
to learn from endless people.
Yeah.
So, life lessons from anyone and everywhere.
Exactly.
Yes.
Keep the open mind.
Exactly.
And learn, and basically you can say squeeze out all knowledge from everyone and anyone, even
Exactly.
though you might not close a deal today, but you have learned something from a culture or a country.
Yeah, let's say I meet people from Russia. So before moving to Dubai, I didn't know anything about Russia. I meet Russian clients. Even if they don't buy, I ask them endless questions. Oh, how's weather there? How's culture there? What do you guys eat?
What's the kind of food that you cook? Yeah.
Eat? So you learn a lot, like their
Yes.
culture, their dress up, like their language. I know a couple of like words in Russia, like Russian language. So from every culture you learn a lot. Like, you become more open-minded when you meet people from all over the world.
Amazing.
So that's the right way.
So you should always keep an open mind. So everyone should understand this, that it's not that we should be close-minded, as Manpreet has mentioned. Keep an open
Yes.
view on people, traditions. You don't have to fly to Russia to know.
And you never know, sometimes when is the day that you're gonna meet that person that's gonna change your life. Maybe it's gonna be the biggest deal of your life.
Exactly.
Or it's gonna give you an information that you're gonna build on it.
Yes.
And you're gonna make a different kind of success.
And you have
never
to be
know.
very observant,
Yes.
You have to observe how people react to certain topics, and how people think, it's
Yes.
very important.
I remember a quote for Steve Jobs. I don't know if I'm gonna say it as it is. Learn everything, and one day all the dots will be connected. I think that was the quote, but I believe this is very true, and all knowledge can be accumulated and built on.
Definitely.
Yes.